Hi, hello. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you, David?
Okay, let's get down to Buddhism. Buddhism was said to have originated in India. Yes, and it's in Taiwan, it's in Japan, it's in South Korea, China, etc. Thailand, Myanmar, etc. Parts of India too. So
Hmm.
now, when people think of Buddhism, of course, we're in the West. So one of the first things people think of is the Dalai Lama. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So the Chinese invaded um, Tibet in the first week of October, 1950. Yes,
Hmm.
to the border town of Chamdo. And you can, when did they take over this border town? You can read it yourself.
By October 19, 1950, 5,000 Tibetan troops surrendered to the PRC. In
Hang on,
1951,
yes, PRC means People Republic of China.
yes.
So, yes, so after that, the road to Tibet was open. Yes. So,
Hmm.
what do you call it? Yes, the road to Tibet was open, and they say at the time, yes, the main ruler, or amongst the main rulers with his gang, was the Dalai Lama. And so the Dalai Lama, the Chinese overran Tibet after the 19th of October. So, what happened? When did his government collapse? And that's it. Goodbye. You can read it.
Let's see. Dalai Lama left
Dalai Lama.
Lhasa on 19th December 1950.
You said that the Chinese won on the 19th of October. Are you sure? It says 19 again.
That's what it says over here. Yeah, absolutely.
Ah, 19th of December, the Dalai Lama fled. Yes.
Hmm.
And so that's what we are told in history. So what we are told in history is that when the Dalai Lama arrived in India, he came with thousands and thousands of pages of Indian manuscripts. Yes, all manuscripts that the Tibetans learned from India. Yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
and they say that there was a place called Nalanda University, and they say, oh, the Muslims invaded India and they destroyed Nalanda Library. Yes, and they said there was many monks and things there, and they say 9 million books were burnt or something like this, manuscripts. Yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
and they say it was one of the greatest libraries in the world, etc. So this sort of history is actually, repeated throughout India. Yes, that's causing a lot of tension, hatred, racism, and things like this. I'm sure you can imagine what it's doing. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's causing a lot of violence, Hindu Muslim violence. Let me just show what kinds of things. It's like they say that the Muslims invaded India, and they're teaching it like the Crusades, and things like this. And many Hindus are saying, why have many Indians become Muslims? Yes,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
the thing is, they say they are our Indian people, but they've taken the Muslim religion was violent. It burnt our libraries, books, and temples, etc. Is this history really true? Yes.
Hmm.
So they say that Buddhism originated from India. Yes, like Nalanda, they say was one of the greatest libraries and universities in the world. But this is what it's posing today. So now, but since you know quite a bit about Buddhism, yes, I'd like to ask you, how important are tantras in Buddhism?
Well,
Can Buddhism survive tantras,
Tantra.
realistically?
Well, tantra, so far as I know, is a kind of a, like sexual using of sexual energy.
No, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no. Those are like the Western interpretations. I'm talking about Buddhist tantras. not the Western interpretation. Well,
Okay.
anyway, okay, let's go to Tibetan Buddhism especially focuses on tantras. In the
Mm-hmm.
East, as Buddhism spread, they focus on it less because Tibet is more like countryside, not many people. But in place like Thailand, China, Japan, new things happened. New priests invented their new things and everything. So it's different. Like American Christianity is different from the one in Europe, whereas everyone knows that the original official Christianity is more nearer to Catholic, and before that they will claim that there was some other type of Christianity linked to Judaism. But anyway, for the how many tantras are there in Buddhism for the Great Perfection?
I'm guessing 19.
No,
Uh,
no, I've sent you the page.
oh, 1 second. Oh, yes, I see it. Let's see. It says 17 tantras of the great perfection.
So you cannot achieve perfection, or some want to call it enlightenment, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, or moksha, if you want to say it in Hindi, or
Mm-hmm.
some people in Western peoples will want to call it nirvana. So the 17, according to that, but I didn't go to the rest of the page. So
Mm.
you can read it now. Yes?
Yes. Other tantras. Let's see. The 17 tantras are often grouped together with other tantras as a set. They're
Set,
designated at what's that?
as the set, the reset. So
Yes.
17 with others. Let's have a look at the others. Yes, they
Yes.
are designated as.
They are designated as the 18 tantras when the
Okay,
Troma
okay,
tantra.
yeah, yeah, okay. So now we've got 18, but now go
Yes.
to the next paragraph.
The 19 tantras are often 18 above, along with the tantra of the lucid expanse.
So basically, there's a total of 19 major mantras. You
Hmm.
see?
Yes.
Some people will say maybe this 20, 21, 22. It's like if you and me, if we become big priests or something, then we can say, hey, we just found another ancient tantra here. Yes,
Hmm.
but it's like there's 19. It's like you could read the last sentence basically.
Let's see here. Like
Makes a total of
the Badri is associated with
essentially.
the Longzhou Barway, and its full name is Tantra of Brahma, son of the luminous expanse of Samantam Badri. That one?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. So anyway, I've sent you a new page, and you could just read
Ah,
the last
yes.
sentence of the first paragraph to make it simple. How many
Okay.
is there altogether? Tantras in Buddhism,
Um,
especially
generally,
total of
how
how many?
generally, however, both the tantras of the wrathful mother.
New page. I think you've not received it.
Uh, let's see here. I'm sorry. Uh, uh,
Last page. It makes a total of.
uh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It makes the total of. Where is it? Why do I not see it? 1 second.
I'll send it again. Maybe you've not got it. Just above further reading.
Okay, I've received it. It
Further
says
reading
further. Oh,
above
further
that.
reading. Yes, I got it. I got it. I apologize.
Last
Kempo
sentence
Nagwan Pazang. Right. The
last
Doten.
sentence is difficult for people to understand this. How many tantras altogether
Ah,
in
yes.
Buddhism?
Okay, I see it. It says 19 altogether. So
Yes, are you sure it says 19 or does it say 17 or 18?
no, no. It says making a total of 19 altogether.
Ah, I see. So the Dalai Lama ran on the 19th. You
Mm-hmm.
see? So
Yep.
now let's go to the Tibetan Buddhist Encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Have you received it?
I have.
That is
Yes.
from the Tibet. encyclopedia. And I know last time you cut things out, but the thing is, I leave the whole page. Then people can type in the HTTP or World Wide Web and check things themselves.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they are most referred to as the 17 tantras. Yes.
Mhm.
And depending on the priest, there's 18. Yes. But
Mhm.
what do you call it? Yes, there's what do you call it? And 19 with Padmakaraza, Alexa, or Long Cell, Barway, Tantra, etc. Tantra
Mhm.
of the lucid expanse.
Mhm.
So the thing is, for main Tibetan Buddhism, there is basically 19.
Yes. Yep.
Don't you find this suspicious?
Very suspicious indeed.
Yeah. So now, in case people think this is not so important, this is very important. You could read this from the fourth section of the innermost esoteric cycle. Yes. So the
Mhm.
innermost esoteric cycle of Tibetan Buddhism or Buddhism contains. You could read the rest. Is said to contain.
Let's see. This fourth section of this one innermost esoteric is said to contain 17 tantras, although by some counts there are 18 or 19 tantras in this group.
Yes. So it's like there is a total or a basic maximum of 19, which
Mhm.
is I'm going to say totally just ridiculous. It's actually so ridiculous that it's a joke.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's an actual joke. And then let's have a look at Buddhism itself. Yes, and
Yes.
you're going to be so surprised by these things.
Mhm.
Now, what do you call it? Yes, and depends how some people in the West pronounce it because we've got a big Western audience. Vajra, Vajrayana or Vairayana or Tantric Buddhism.
Mhm.
Yes, and the final goal of Vajrayana or Buddhism, especially that's close to home or close to India, yes, not far away like Japan, is known as what?
The union of all apparent dualities.
No, no, no. Read the first word. What is this subject? What is the union of all apparent dualities? This is the final goal in Buddhism. What is the word?
Mahamudra and Vajrayana.
Ah, in Buddhism. So the final goal is Mahamudra.
Mhm.
Mahamudra? What? Yes,
Mahamudra.
this is strange. Mahamid Ra. Yes. So the thing is, here we have how to practice Mahamudra.
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
does that remind you of? There's many different ways. Some people do exercise and yogas or many other things. So this is very suspicious. Like the thing is that I've got this video here. Yes, here. So you can play it. The final goal of Buddhism is to achieve Mahamudra. That is the enlightenment, or however you wish to say it. But listen carefully. Yeah.
Recognizing our true nature. That is the problem, actually. And based on that, ignorant meaning, normally I discuss a lot this in the Joy of Living special. We have 3 courses of Joy of Living special. Level 3, we emphasize about the wisdom. So first, in order to have wisdom, what is the opposite of wisdom? Clinging, fixation mind.
Now, when we hear all these things, consciousness, the inner beauty within you, fixing your mind, yes, closing your eyes, you meditate and you concentrate. It doesn't give you any answers. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean that something's the truth. People say these kind of things in all these religions. Yes, calmness, reaching the highest state of mind. What is all this? Highest state of consciousness. You can't describe what is highest state or even using different language words to release from samsara. samsara is a cycle. Where is the proof for any of these things? Is there any proof? Not really. But anyway, let's listen.
Lazy and busy, and we really want to jump into the of the fight. Everybody wants action. So don't want to practice too many. Like in Tibetan Buddhism, we can study all these texts 9 to 18 years. Of this 9 to 18 years. So you can
hear him say it?
Essence of this 9 to 18 years is
Mahamudra. The way they say it, Mahamudra, we're going to say it, but it's Mahamudra, Muhammad. The essence of it is Mahamudra. And many Muslims say Mahamudra. It's actually strange that it's this. Now, if anybody has a look at the 19th century, Tibet, yes, if you look at the borders of Tibet, yes, then you will find it's very suspicious because the British were having a great game. It's like to dominate the area. Yes, what do you call it? With the they were having problems with the Muslims, and they claim it was a great game with Russia. Yes, it was called the Great Game of Britain to take over. What do you call it? Central Asia and control the Muslim territories there. Yes. It was known as a Great Game of Britain, Turkestan. Yes. And Tibet is, what do you call it? Yes, you know, India, Persia, Turkestan, South Central Asia, basically. Now, if anybody has a look at the borders of Tibet, because they've not actually, many people haven't, I mean, some people have, yes, and many people haven't studied the history of the region. In the south, what you've got is Kashmir in India. You've got Nepal, but Nepal has changed a lot in the last 200 years. And then if you go southeast, you've got Bangladesh, and then you've got Myanmar, and then you've got Yunnan province, Tibet map. And then on the north, you've got what they call East Turkestan, or what they call, you know, Muslim territory. And on the east, they've got more Muslims, the Hui Muslims, and then Sichuan. Yes, do you know this? So it's like Tibet is surrounded by, what do you call it? Yes, more than half Muslims in the area. Yes, and so we don't know what actually was in Tibet or what the system was, but the population was a lot lower before. But if anybody checks the geography, it's like, what do you call it, from Tibet to China, I think the border is only Tibet to, what do you call it, to Bangladesh is like 100 miles. And the population is more higher in Bengal. But anyway, the thing is, what do you call it, there was a great game going on. So the British were paying debts and all these other things to go to that region. But anyway, let's have more look at this Mahamudra and explore Buddhism. Yes, what is this Mahamudra in Buddhism?
It says Mahamudra. Yes, Mahamudra literally means great seal or great imprint, and refers to the fact that all phenomena inevitably are stamped by the fact of wisdom and emptiness, inseparable. Mahamudra is a multi-valiant term of great importance in later Indian Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism.
We've got the point. The main thing is, what do you call it, the Great Seal.
Yes.
So I will explain this. This is very strange. Yes. So the thing is, you could read this from the top.
Another form of high-level Tibetan Buddhist practice are the meditations associated with the tradition of Mahamudra, Great Seal, and Do-Chen, Great Perfection.
Yeah, you don't need to use an Indian accent. Use a Tibetan one, Mahamudra. Yes.
Okay, Mahamudra.
It will be in Indian. Mahamudra. Yes, it's because the thing is, Buddhism is more like an East Asian thing. So Mahamudra, yes, it's like what you call it? Yes, it's high level Tibetan Buddhism. It's high level. It's not just small. So let's have a look at this. What this Mahamudra is, or this Muhammad in English. Yeah. So what is Muhammad in Buddhism? Again, what does Muhammad mean, or Mahamida, or
Great
Mahamuda,
seal.
or Mahamud? The Great Seal. Yes. This is very, very suspicious. Yes. And the thing is, let's have a look. How many times a day do the followers of Muhammad, the Muslims, pray? The Mahamuda, Muhammad. How many times a day do they pray normally?
5 times. Don't they pray 5 times?
Yeah, that's suspicious. Yeah. So let's have a look at Tibetan Buddhism. Yes. What is the of Mahamida in Buddhism?
Let's
What
see.
is it known as?
It's the 5 folds.
Ah, 5 daily prayers for the Mohammedans. Yes. That's a little strange. Are you beginning to see the suspiciousness?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So now let's go even further. Yes. And what we see is, the Kagyu is very important. Yes. And this is this tradition. You could read it. The Drikung Kagyu in Mahamudra is
Possessing 5 tradition. Jinten Gompo founded the school, and Mahamudra lineage, whose main practice is known as the 5-fold Mahamudra, consisting of refuge of bodhicitta.
five. Five. Yes, all
Yes.
these are the things. Bodhicitta, Daiti Yoga, Guru Yoga, etc., etc. Yes, the thing is, it's too difficult for the audience. Yes. So the thing is, the Mahamudra, it's like the inner awakening and things like this. It is the great seal. Yes. And let's describe it more in because we're using the English language. So here is a Buddhist guide in English. You could read this. The Mahamudra.
Let's see, Mahabuddha, the great seal or great symbol, or Chagchen Tibetan, is a method of direct introduction to the nature of mind.
So to understand this nature of the mind, there is a 5-fold path. Yes. So this is the seal. So now let's have a look at Islam itself. And Muhammad is known as the Mahamudra in Islam. What is he known as?
Muhammad is the final prophet in Islam.
He is known as?
Known as the seal of the prophets.
The seal. I see. Isn't that what the Buddhists say?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the thing is, Muhammad, in European, they normally used to say Mahomet or Mahomet or Mehmet. Yes, they used to say in the 19th century. Look and check online themselves. It's like Maha means great in Sanskrit, and Emet is something else. So now if we look at Hebrew or in Arabic, they say Ahmed. Yes. So what does the word Ahmed or Ahmed, what does it mean in Judaism? What does it mean?
Emet, truth, is seal of God.
So Emet, yes, or Emet means the seal. You see? Yes. And so let's have a look. Let's go to Buddhist meditation websites. And Muhammad is what?
Mahamudra is the ultimate Buddhist, is the highest form of meditation, bowing to my teacher, being compassionate.
I see. The rest of it, you don't need to read the full, because it goes on to a next subject. It's the highest form of meditation. It is the ultimate Buddhist. Yes, basically to become a Muhammad. You understand?
Mhm.
So if you become the best Buddhist, you have become a Mahamudra. Now I will play it again. I'm doing a screenshot of this guy talking so that people will know I'm not inventing the pronunciation. It's like if you're Tibetan, this is how you will pronounce it yourself.
Essence of this 9 to 18 years.
Wait,
Like-
let me put the volume up so that people can hear it. The essence
of this 9 to 18 year Islam. 9 to 18 year Islam.
Mahamudra. You see?
Mhm.
Wait.
So main meaning of Mahamudra is what we call the great.
Mahamudra, if you're saying it slowly, like using Sanskrit, or if you're using the local dialect, it's Mahamudra.
From then into Mahamudra.
Can you hear again?
From then into Mahamudra.
Mahamudra.
Buddhism become from
Yeah.
then into Mahamudra.
Very faint, but yes,
Buddhism.
I heard it. Mahamudra.
We become
okay.
opportunity. Suffering become medicine. Obstacle become opportunity. Suffering become happiness. So I think this is really relevant and special. Mahamudra style is what we
Did you hear him?
through the
Yes.
Mahamudra style, what we call
yes, again.
special Mahamudra style is
Mahamudra.
Mhm.
You see? But it's like if you're saying it's slow for people to hear, then you will say Mahamudra. So common pronunciation, because when I met many Tibetans and they were just saying Mahamudra, I thought, what the hell is Mahamudra? It's because of the writing and things like this. They're trying to make people think it's something different. Mahamudra. So they're going to say it like this. Same like in England, many people are going to say Mohammed or Mohammed or Muhammad or Muhammad or Mehmet or Mehemet or Mehmet. So it's like it's just a different pronunciation. But if you go there yourself and meet Tibetans, then they're just going to say Mahamudra. Yes, Mahamud. So the thing is, what they're putting on paper does not mean that that is the reality. Yes. So more into Buddhism. Yes, and what do you call it? Yes. So when I last said Emet, yes. So now in India they call it Amit or Ba. Ba in Western languages and in Eastern languages means father. So some people will say Amit Abba means father of Amit. So you could read this of Amitabha.
Amitabha is also known in Tibet, Mongolia, and other regions where Tibetan Buddhism is practiced. In the highest Yoga Tantra, the Tibetan Buddhism, Abba, Amitabha.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to open the page to go through it. Yes. So when I said, Muta comes from the word Mida or Amita. So as you will see, I've sent you the Pure Land of Buddhism. So last time you pronounced it Amitabha. So that's why you see they play with words, because here they've written down it's also known as Amidism or Amida. You see? So Mahamuda, Mahamuta, Mahomet. You see? Because they play around with words. You see? Yes?
Yes.
So these things are very important, yes, for people to see. And so now the thing is, what is very important is that when we say Mahamuda, the Quran say here, especially in Japan, by the time you get to Japan, yes, they kept the name Amida, it's in green. Have you noticed? Instead of Mahamuda or Mahamita or Amida or Amitabha, they call him Amida. Yes.
Amida, yes.
Yes. So now, now when we when I said before in Hebrew, it becomes emet. So now in the Quran, it actually tells you, yes, it says the word Ahmed or Ahmed or Ahmad or Muhammad. Yes, so it's just pronunciation. Like here, I'm telling you some websites, they've written Ahmed, but Ahmad. Yes,
Mhm.
Ahmad, but I
Mhm.
pronounce it Ahmed. Yes,
Mhm. Mhm.
so uh, they write it according to how they wish. But that was the name of Muhammad, and Maha means great or
Mhm.
mother.
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
as you can see, the thing is, it depends which country. If you're in Pakistan,
Mhm.
they write Ahmed more instead
Mhm.
of like somewhere else they could write Ahmad. So it's
Mhm.
just pronunciation. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the thing is, so once again, in the Quran, it turned around and says that this Muhammad or Muhammad, yes, he is the seal. Yes.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
in Hebrew, Emet means the truth, also means the seal. And then going back to Tibetan Buddhism, yes, this Mahamud, yes,
Mhm.
Mahamuda is the great seal. Yes, or the
Mhm.
great perfection. So this is the height, the summit, the mountain, the top. You could read it, the summit of,
The summit of the Buddha's teaching is known as the Great Perfection in the Nyingma school of Tibetan Buddhism as the Great Seal Mahamudra in the Kaigyu school.
yes. So the thing is, but they say when they use different names, they say these are one and the same goal. That the goal is Muhammad.
Mhm.
To achieve the greatest achievement is Muhammad under
Mhm.
different names. Yeah, each tradition follows a similar path to attain it. Yeah, yeah. So these things are suspicious, and sometimes you will do exercise, yoga, or bowing, and then there's Mahamada meditation, all these other things, and this is the way you can read it yourself. What is Mahamada meditation?
In Tibetan
You
Buddha,
see the union of
we see the union of space, compassion, and awareness, which is called Mahamudra. This is a way of understanding the mind of enlightenment, Buddha wisdom or Buddha nature.
yes. So you see, this is one of the most important concepts. Yes, in
Hmm.
um in Buddhism. Yes, and
Hmm.
there's 19 tantras. Yes,
Yes. Yes.
so the Mahamudra tantra. You could explain it. Maha means great. Ah, here they say too.
Yes.
Yes, and mudra or Ahmed, yes, or the Emet means the seal. Ah,
Yes.
so here they say as well. Yes, go ahead.
Maha, which means great, and Mudra conveys seal. Mahamudra with us means great seal. The Mahamudra Tantra is defined as the pure spirit of shining light that experiences great bliss and realizes emptiness.
Ah, yes. So so anybody who realizes or understands Mahamuda has achieved this pure spirit of shining light.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't you find this suspicious? As if somebody's invented a religion?
Yes. Yes. Very suspicious.
Yes. There's more. I'm nowhere near finished. you know, when I first came across this, it's like I understood this more than 20 years ago. I just started laughing. I thought, oh my God, have they gone so far? Yes, like to
Hmm.
create an opposition system to Islam in the other side of the world. So
Hmm.
here, the wisdom experience. What is Mahamudra? Mahamudra is beyond. So this Muhammad is beyond what?
Beyond words.
Yes, carry on.
According to Tibetan Buddhism, Mahamudra is one of the most advanced teachings of the Buddha. Mahamudra is Sanskrit. Maha means great, and Muda can be seal, etc., etc.
Yes. Yeah, you've got used to it now. So this is the most advanced teaching of Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, the most advanced. Yes, that whoever attains or achieves Mahamudra, he's done it. You know, that that on the Indian side, you'll say you will not experience samsara anymore. Samsara, means you could reincarnate and have a lower birth or anything like this. So
Hmm.
that's it. You've gone past the moksha plane. And remember, last time, it's like how many mouths do you need to feed in your body on the Indian side, from the Hinduism side, to achieve this enlightenment? How many parts in your astral body do you need to succeed with?
19, wasn't that 19?
Have you forgotten? How could you forget such a thing?
Wait a minute.
15?
Oh, just today you were saying there were 17 tantras, but last time we were speaking,
I'm talking about Hinduism from the Hindu side of the border, because don't forget they say Buddhism came from India. So now, to achieve to go past samsara, let's say I'm using the word samsara for Buddhism, but they use a different word. Yes, because different languages are involved. Yes, yeah, there are 19 tantras, and you have to achieve the Mahamudra. Yes,
right. Yes.
you have to the eternal bliss. So now the thing is, yes, there are 19 tantras. So on the Indian side of the border, yes, they where they've got Hinduism, yes, how many things do you need to tattvas instead of tantras? Yes, do you need to like protect or succeed in? Yes,
It
your
was
astral
19.
body.
Yeah, it was 19.
Ah,
Yes.
aren't you finding all this suspicious?
Very suspicious.
Ah, yes, and nobody even tells you about this, except the Quran says, "Be aware of this 19." It warns you. Now let's look at more about Mahamudra.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
Buddhism. Yes,
What is
Mahamudra is what?
Mahamudra? Study Buddhism. Mahamudra is a body of teachings found in the many of the Tibetan Buddhist schools, which include methods for truly understanding the very nature of our own
Our
minds.
mission in life. Yeah,
Mission?
of our mission. Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. So,
Mm-hmm.
so the thing is, so now let's go back again, because the thing is, just to make sure it's clear, because some people will say I'm making this up. Yes, here
Mm-hmm.
it will say Mahamudra, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what it says in the Sanskrit text. But if
Mm-hmm.
you arrived in Lhasa, or if you're in China, people say Mahamudra.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Mm-hmm.
how to say it. I is a Chinese. Is Mahamudra. You
Mm-hmm.
see, you're trying to tell me how to speak English in China. You come from America. You think you know everything. It's a Mahamuda over here. You see?
Yes.
Okay. So say it same like the people who actually practice Buddhism. Yes. So go on. You could read Britannica Encyclopedia.
Yes, Mahamudra meditation mindfulness, Mahamudra in Vajrayana Tantric Buddhism, the final goal, the union of all apparent dualities, Muda,
Yes.
in addition
Oh,
to
yeah.
its more usual meaning.
Yeah. So what is Mahamuda? Basically, in 3 words.
The union of
No,
duality.
no, 3 words that make it easy. If somebody said, what is Mahamuda? It's the final
Mhm.
goal.
Yes, the final
The
goal.
ultimate, it is the final goal in Buddhism, is Muhammad.
Hmm.
Don't you find this suspicious?
Yes, yes, very strange.
Yeah. So the thing is, we're going to go further. So far, I'm just trying to make it clear, because many people are going to say, maybe this is small or whatever. If they've not been to that region, then please don't tell me things. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you could read this about mind teachings, how they teach you about mind control so that you can achieve, enlightenment. Yes, go ahead.
Although
You could read it.
maintained and cultivated to various degrees within each of the major Tibetan Buddhist traditions, they are primarily associated with the Mahamudra.
Primarily, primarily. So that means within all the major Tibetan Buddhist traditions, they are primarily what?
Associated with the Mahamudra tradition of the Kaigyu and the Dogen, the Chen tradition of Nyingma.
And remember what you already read, that the Dzogchen traditions of the Yingma, they are just different words for the Mahamudra. You see,
Yes.
it's the same thing. So the mind teachings are primarily associated. Yes, in case some people will say, open it up. So here is the same page, what you just read, opened
Mhm.
up.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um, what do you call it? Major Buddhist traditions, they are primarily associated with the Mahamudra traditions. The
Mhm.
Mahamudra is the main mind teachings, or some people say religion is brainwashing. So for the main brainwashing, it's Mahamudra.
Mhm.
Muhammad
Mhm.
is the main brainwashing. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So let's have a look through Buddhism. Yes, here they don't say it clearly. Don't worry, I've got others. Yes, there is something, some practices known as Damsik. Yes, in Buddhism, and how many practices are within the Damsiks?
6 session yoga, this one.
Yes,
And
but how many practices?
let's see, there's 19 closely bonding practices. 19.
Okay. Let's go through this a bit more to understand it properly. Yes.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
these practices, yes, some people call it damsik, others will call it samayas in Sanskrit. Yes. How many of these close bonds are there in Tibetan Buddhism that bond you closely to the five something Buddha whatevers? But how many close bonds are there?
In
Samayas
addition,
are there.
in addition, there are the 19 close bonds or
Yeah.
samayas in Sanskrit.
Ah, so how many is there again?
19.
19. Okay. So let's keep going deeper. Yes. The
Mhm.
Shambhala Kala Chakra. Yes. So you
Yes.
could read this.
Shambhala Kala Chakra, these are called Shammaya in Sanskrit and Dapsik in Tibetan daily in order to help integrate our life with the 19 practices that create close bonds.
Ah, so there's 19 practices which are the close bonds. Yes,
Yes.
the Samayas or the Sanskrit. I see. Hmm. Yes, which are important every single day. Can you imagine? Yes,
Hmm.
yes. And so, what is a Kala Chakra? Yes. So now let's have a look at a Kala Chakra. So one, we have 19 tantras. Yes, um, things like this, maximum. So what
Hmm.
is a Kala Chakra?
Kala Chakra initiation is a Buddhist ceremony in preparation for Tantric meditation and for bringing harmony to the world.
Ah, so how many tantric things did we have before,
19.
Simu? So let's investigate this Kala Chakra. Yes,
Hmm.
initiation. Yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
the Kala Chakra initiation. Yes, so
Hmm.
it prepares you for tantric meditation and other things. Yes,
Hmm.
and so the Kala Chakra. Let's go through it. So let's have a bit more look at this Kala Chakra. Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
If we are actually
1 second. It's still, let's see, explanatory talks at the Recon Kalachakra initiation of 1985. If we are actually taking the empowerment, the commitment is that we will keep the vows. In addition, there are the 19 close bonds.
ah, okay, they have Kala Chakra initiations, you know, every year I think. So,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, so the Dalai Lama does the initiations normally. So the thing is, they take their vows and then they must do the 19 bonds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So let's go through it. So people have their I'm giving you know, basic, simple, whatever. But let's read through this. Yes. So yes, here are the commitments of the Kala Chakra initiation into Buddhism. Yes. People ask.
People ask about the commitments of the Kala Chakra. If we are actually taking the empowerment, the commitment is that we will keep the vows. In addition, there are the 19 close bonds or samayas in Sanskrit, Dapsik in Tibetan that bond us closely to the 5 Buddha families individually. Sometimes they are called pledges, also meaning that which makes a connection. One way,
So these pledges
yes,
or promises,
yes,
close bonds, how many of them is there?
19 close bonds.
So, let's call them pledges, promises. So
Yes.
you have to keep these 19 samayas or these 19 damsik to have the initiation of Kala Chakra. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's have a look at you know, Buddhist yogas. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you know, to achieve the Mahamudra. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? Yes. You can read this very fast. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have not received it. I just got it now. 1 second. Let me let it load. The practice of the Anuttara Yoga Tantra in the Vajrayana tradition of the Buddhism is characterized by the requirement of empowerment from a qualified guru, usually a lama, use of ritual techniques, and of the practice of various meditative and subtle body yogas. The uh, affect personal transformation and to attain enlightenment.
Enlightenment is basically to achieve Mahamudra.
Yes.
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 And for the Tantras, there's 19 of them. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So things like this. Yes. So let's have a look at you know, wait, let's go a bit more into the suspicious color chakra. I was going to go on to the next thing, but I forgot. So, for example, who is it that gives the color chakra initiation?
It's His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
He gives it. Yes.
Yes.
So, for example, when he gave his 34th color chakra initiation in 2017, how many languages did they give?
Well, it was translated into 19 languages simultaneously.
Okay. So the Kala Chakra initiation, you could go through it again. How many promises do you make?
19 promises.
And there's how many practices?
19 practices.
Yes. So the thing is, it's very suspicious. These things. So let's go on to the next bit. Yes. So let's study some of you know, the Buddha teachings himself. Yes. Like, for example, here is from the initiation. They get initiated directly by the Dalai Lama. So the Kala Chakra initiation is very important. Yes. So this is from the Kala Chakra network. Yes. So you could read it.
English resource, the 19 uncommon samayas of the 6 Buddha groups according to Kala Chakra, excerpt from Kala Chakra rite of initiation.
Yes, so they all have these 19 samayas.
Yes.
You see, these 19 pledges. Just in case people are thinking it's not 19, so you can check everywhere, you know, is the Kala Chakra Tantra, the 19 pledges relating to the 5. Yes, and once again, 5, the Muslims pray 5 times a day. So the Dalai Lama, he does the initiation. It's almost like, you know, when you have the initiation in Masonry or the initiation into the Catholic Church. You know, how old was the Dalai Lama when he gave his first initiation?
The Dalai Lama first gave his initiation in 1954 when he was 19.
Ah, I see. And oh, he left Lhasa on which date? You know, when the Chinese invaded, he had to run away.
It was
Which
the
date did
19th.
he go? And on which date did the Chinese have victory and when they crossed the border so that they could take over the whole of Tibet?
It was the 19th.
19th or 15th, did you say?
No, it's the 19th.
Ah, aren't you beginning to see there's something suspicious going on here?
Yes,
Yes.
very much.
So, so the thing is, and they say they use different words, but it's to achieve the same thing. So the
Hmm.
Kala Chakra initiation, where there is 19, yes,
Hmm.
is the practice. Practice is the Buddhist means of achieving Bodhisattva, which is also the Mahamudra with up and down levels, etc. Or it's also the Shunyata, or basically it means that you've become Buddha yourself.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
so that's what it is. Yes, so that's what the chakra thing is. So the thing is Samaya and Damsik basically mean promise. So
Hmm.
you know, or pledges. So here it is. Yes, just in case some people say I made it up, I just found it. So because before I said it means promise also, so you could read it. Yeah.
Yes. The Tibetan word samaya in Sanskrit means close bond. Sometimes people translate it as a holy word or promise.
Yes. Basically, it's a promise. You know, when you say close bond, it's like you know, it's a blood bond, like
Hmm.
you know, a bond from your house that you've made a promise. You
Hmm.
see?
Hmm.
So the thing is, and the thing is, you know, when many people went from Europe to study these things with the Theosophy Society and other things, they used to call it the secret essence of
Hmm.
Buddhism.
Hmm.
And how many is there altogether? The Sais were called the secret essence of success, the secret. How many is
Hmm.
there altogether?
According to the secret essence, there are 5 root samayas, 10 branch samayas, and 4 great samayas, 19 altogether.
So the secret essence is which number?
19.
You see. So there it's very suspicious. Then there is more because there is the you know the 19 tantras and things like this. So let's go through, for example, yes, the Nyingma source for understanding empowerment, as you mentioned before. This
Hmm.
is, you know, the secret essence. Let's talk about the secret womb, which is the Guhyagarbha Tantra. And you can read it. The secret womb is what? What is the secret?
The secret womb actually refers to a collection of 19 texts in the Tibetan canon.
Wait a minute. Are you sure? I thought you said 19 for everything else.
Yes,
You're trying to tell me not only is the secret essence Samaya 19, but the secret womb, the Guhyagarbha Tantra, is also 19? Is this what you're saying?
yes, sir.
Don't you find this suspicious now?
Very suspicious, highly suspicious.
Yes. So the thing is, let's have a look at the secret womb and see what it is more. You know, when you go there. So wait a minute. I'll just before you go through this. Oh no, I don't have the video. But the thing is, you know, the way all these people talk. Ah, you have to look at yourself. You're deep in a self, and then when you realize the spirits within your soul, one person will say. Then another person will say, you have to understand your deep inner conscious. And then when you understand the soul within your spirit, would you say, the other guy said the spirit within your soul. That sounds, it's just an opinion. It's just garbage. You could go on forever. Or the soul within your spirit, or your left brain and your right brain, your female side or your male side, the dark side and the light. All these things are just garbage.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just garbage. If you want to be a good person, go and do some good things, to turn around and say, I've done it. Because all these people in the East, they're turning around as if to say, you've got to achieve going out of your body or dying. You got to die, basically. You got to go out and never come back, almost as if life is horrible, as if the body doesn't have any value for many of these people, not all of them. But that's how many of them portray it. I think
Mm-hmm.
I like food. Sometimes when I drink Red Bull, it tastes amazing. I think sometimes, when you're in the hot and then you go in the cold and you feel the fan, you think, whoa, it's a beautiful experience. Even talking to you, like right now, it's wow, it's amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's many beautiful things to have a human body. Do you know what?
Absolutely.
Let's pretend all this stuff, in Hinduism and Buddhism is true. If I was just a spirit just flying around, I'll say, I wish I had a body. Then I can touch, I can feel, I can sense, I could do these things.
Mm-hmm.
Without the human body, I can't do these things.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
see?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think about these things?
Yes. Yes.
Many people who come towards Hinduism and Buddhism and all these other things don't even realize these things. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that the thing is they're going away. But anyway, this one, what do you call it? Yes, you could read it. So you could read it. This secret womb or the 19 texts, the secret 19. What is this secret 19 texts? Yeah,
Uh,
Tibetan
yeah,
interpreter.
Tibetan interpreters generally see the secret womb tantra as a guide to the Buddhist practice of Maha Yoga, also termed deity yoga, a tantric method of realizing the true nature of reality and attaining Buddhahood.
Wow. So to attain Buddhahood, I need Mahamudra and I need
Mm-hmm.
19 tantras. And
Mm-hmm.
then the guide for the Buddhist practice of Mahayoga, the secret womb or the secret essence. How many texts is there that I have to
19
understand
texts. Yeah.
to achieve the secret womb? 19?
19. Yes.
Ah, aren't you beginning to see all this is just pathetically suspicious?
Yes, yes.
It's just
Amazing.
totally suspicious if people, it's not a maybe. I could see somebody's invented all these things of, oh,
No,
you
it's
need the
amazing.
Muhammad, yeah, you need the Muhammad. Here is if
Yeah.
anybody wants to read the full page, I've sent it to you. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this secret room, and then the secret room is just 19.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Mm-hmm.
sounds ridiculous. But if you went somewhere like Japan, instead of secret room, yes,
Mm-hmm.
many people who've done research into Japan, but now Buddhism is dying, and they say it was there before. How many visualizations do they have? um, in Japan for Esoteric or the secret Buddhism, for the secret practitioner? How many
What?
visualizations?
Well, it says 19 visualizations.
Ah. So if you're in Japan, instead of the 19 tantras, you have 19 visualizations. So it
Yes.
depends where you are. Yes, which
Mm-hmm.
side of the world you are in. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, there is there is for example, there is Padma Sambhava. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
what do you call it? So let's have a look at I'll go through this next time because it's too long. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
about the if we ever have time, people can study it. The secrets of Buddhist meditation, and one of the most important contemplation is when meditation is complete. Buddha himself said to Ananda, is called what?
It's called contemplation number. This one. Let's see.
Yes.
Buddha's
Contemplation number one.
number
Number
19.
one.
Number
Oh,
19.
we'll do that next time because I can't find the same page. There's other
Mm-hmm.
contemplations, but here is Buddha is making a prediction, and people say it came true. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Shakyamuni, he predicted a great guru or
Mm-hmm.
great Buddha or
Mm-hmm.
something like this. Some people
Mm-hmm.
call him a Buddha. He achieved it. Guru Padma Sambhava. He
Mm-hmm.
said he's going to come. So here you
Yes.
could read it. Who is that? Start from there.
Buddha Shakyamuni actually predicted Guru Padma Sambhava's appearance. 19 different sutras and tantras contain clear predictions of his arrival.
How many?
19.
Wow. You said maybe before. Do you still think it's maybe suspicious?
No, I said amazing before. It's amazing, not maybe.
It's amazingly suspicious, you mean?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So now the thing is, then they actually say that this guy actually existed and he
Mm,
came. So Buddha predicted him, and he was born from a lotus. Yes?
yes. Yes.
Guru Rinpoche or Padma Sambhava. Yes?
Yes.
And what do you call it? So this is very important. So how many how many different sutras and tantras contain the prediction of this man?
19.
Ah. So how many tantras are there in Buddhism?
19.
Ah. So now this man who's predicted in 19 different sutras, yes, what did this man do?
Padmasambhava was a legendary Indian Buddhist mystic who introduced Tantric Buddhism to Tibet.
Ah, so he introduced it. And
Yes.
how many tantric things do we have, tantras?
19.
And this Padmasambhava was predicted in how many sutras?
19.
Yeah. Aren't you finding any of this suspicious yet? Yes.
Yes.
So
Very
now
clearly
let's
suspicious.
go. Yes. So now let's go to India. And
Mm-hmm.
Kagyu Buddhism, we mentioned it before. And one of the most important places for the Dalai Lama is in Bihar. Yes, the
Mm-hmm.
Kagyu Monlam Pavilion, Bogaya in Bihar. Yes, so if anybody wants to go there, because the Dalai Lama, he's left China now. So now they're mainly in India. Yes. So the thing is, because in China, they had to run. So the Vajra seat is the place where the seats for Buddha's enlightenment. What do we see surrounding there at the
Uh,
Kagyu pavilion?
let's see. The first step towards ordination for Tibetan. 19 nuns sit near the Vajra seat.
Ah, so I see. How many nuns are sitting near the Vajra seat? Once again.
19 nuns.
And if some people think that that is not suspicious, yes, I will show. Oh, by the way, before when I played that video, yes, and
Mm-hmm.
I had the voice, let me
Mm-hmm.
show you. It was the voice of this monk himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it I've lost it. I forget it. But let me just show you the Kagyu Pavilion because this is very important because many people don't know this thing. So I'm just opening it. The Kagyu Pavilion, it's famous around the world. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and what you will see is surrounding the Buddha there. They put 19 nuns are sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure where the 19 nuns exactly are. Let me just find it. Uh, oh, I think that's supposed to be the nuns. Well, it says the nuns there. Wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute. Let me just see. Yes. Um, and well, there's 19 nuns sitting there, which is totally and absolutely normal now. It's not suspicious anymore. It's becoming totally normal. Yes. So the
Mm-hmm.
Kagyu Monlam, let me just show people can find it in Bihar, in India. So the thing is, yeah, and it's one of the most sacred sites for Buddhists,
Mhm.
and they have an annual international festival and things like that there. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the thing is, just in case, what do you call it? Yes. Here is a document um, about the ordination of Buddhist nuns, and you could read it at the Mahabodhi Stupa.
Mhm. At the Mahabodhi Stupa, it is the morning of the first full moon in the Tibetan year in the shade of the Bodhi tree. 19 nuns sit near the Vajra seat.
Carry on.
Site of the Buddha's enlightenment on the path to the full ordination. 18 took the Shrama Neri vows in the same place the day before, and one remains to take them on this auspicious 15th day of the month of miracles.
Yeah, so what we're seeing here, yes,
Mm-hmm.
19 nuns are sitting near the Vajra seat,
Mm-hmm.
yes, or the seat of Buddha's enlightenment. Yeah, of course they had to have 19 sitting there instead of like 15. So now I don't know if you know what is cetasika in Buddhism. Yes, in Pali, Buddhism, they'll call it the Savanasa Dharana. I like that word, Savanasa Dharana. I don't know what it means
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Oh, it means cetasika. Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
let's read it. Yes, for Buddhism. Yes, you could
Okay.
read it yourself.
There are 25 wholesome satasikas. The first 19 wholesome satasikas uh, in Pali, Sobana Sadarana are so called because they are common to all.
Ah, don't you find that suspicious?
Very suspicious.
Ah, I see. So let's confirm these things. Some people, yeah, will be septic. So let's have a look at it. The Abhidhamma and practice of Theravada Buddhism. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Or Theravada Buddhism or Theravada. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you can
Yes.
read it.
Next are the 19 beautiful satasikas, so called because they are common to all morally beautiful moments of consciousness.
Ah, so in Buddhism, especially in the Theravada, yes,
Mm-hmm.
there are 19 beautiful Setasikas or Savana Sadharanas. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
and they are so called because they are common to all morally beautiful moments of consciousness. What does this mean? It means that people who have morally beautiful moments of consciousness, yes, they have 19 beautiful Setasikas. You see? So, right now, if we're having a morally beautiful moment of consciousness right now in our communication, it means we have 19 beautiful satasikas right now. You
Mm-hmm.
see?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you find that suspicious?
Very suspicious.
Isn't this becoming a bit of a joke?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Now, I will give you an example. Like here, the things are people don't notice these. They show you pictures, Buddhist meditation, people from all over the world, and they show what do you call it? Yes, this thing. Let me enlarge the writing so that
Mm-hmm.
you could read it a bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
these are the kind of things. It's because many people are interested in the Far East. This is the kind of thing that they're actually saying. So you could read it. Yes,
Yes.
perfection,
Perfection in
perfection in
perfection in equanimity. The Pali word upeka means impartiality or equanimity. In the Buddhist literature, another Pali word for equanimity is tatra majahatata, meaning being in the middle, one of the 19 universal beautiful mental factors. Sobanasa dharana setta Settasika mentioned in the Buddha's higher teaching, Adidhamma, while practicing the perfection of equanimity, one remains impartial and unaffected by one's experiences, not developing desire and craving for friendly people and pleasurable experiences, or dislike and aversion for unfriendly people and unpleasant experiences.
Ah, so there's many people, it doesn't matter if it's a new age thinking, it doesn't matter who. Many people make videos like this saying, you don't want to develop desire, you don't want to be craving for pleasurable experiences, you don't want to have dislike or aversion. It's all within you, it's all inside you, it's all pre-programmed. Come on. People go crazy and crazy. You'll end up going crazy. That's why many people are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the thing is when you read these things, you know, 19 universal beautiful mental factors mentioned in Buddha's higher teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that clear. In Abhidhamma, yes, there are 19 universal beautiful mental factors called the Sobanasa Dharana Cetasika.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this just total joke? I call this a total joke that if anybody's read all my books and everything, that the thing is, it's the people who are in power who invented this new world system, who invented Buddhism. There is no doubt about it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't doubt it for 1 minute. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here, just in case people, this is from Myanmar, so it doesn't matter it's which country, because they have slight differences for the Setasikas. Yeah, they call it here different words. They're using different words. Sometimes they say concepts, sometimes they say doors, they say mouths, they say planes. Here they're using the word 19 mental concomitants that
Mm-hmm.
are always present whenever meritorious action takes place. So right now we're doing good things. This means that right now there are 19 beautiful setasikas.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else is going to come and say that there's 19 nuns who are present here right now. Somebody else is going to say there's 19 angels who are present here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else is going to say that there's 19 spirits here right now. Get the hell out of here. What you could clearly see is somebody has invented this entire system and religion, and then they let different priests. I'm going to write a book. You're going to write a book. Over the last 200 years, many people wrote that books on palm leaves and other things. Trying to make money and do these other things. Yes, and then
Mm-hmm.
they're using any kind of words, and then they know that you're going to be mystified by foreign languages. Maybe you'll pick up the Thailand language, the Burma language, or some Chinese words, or local Tibetan dialects, or Sanskrit, or even words from Bihar. But here you could read it here from the Manual of Abhidhamma, yeah, Abhidhamma of Buddha's teachings. Yes.
Yes.
So here, what
Uh,
do they describe these 19 beautiful Satsasikas? So all these strange words, people are going crazy about them, say, what is this? I want to know. Yes.
mhm, mhm.
Um, you start from, I didn't get the first paragraph properly, but this Abhidhamma, it says the middle, it's one of the 19.
Well, like Amhua is not mentioned amongst the 19 beautiful Satisikas.
Before that,
Be,
paragraph 50.
1 second. The paragraph in the middle of the 19 universal beautiful mental factors uh, mentioned in the Buddha's higher teachings, Abhidhamma.
Abhidhamma. Yes. So these are the higher teachings. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's like it's just a joke, and then they give these strange words and everything, so that you'll think, what is Abhidhamma? Yes,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
things like this are the secrets of Buddhist meditation. Yeah, there's many people who've written about it, and one of these so-called highest contemplations. Yes, when Buddha was speaking about these things. Yes, here this is a bit long. Yes. So you can read the last paragraph.
Yes. The Buddha said to Ananda, when this meditation is complete, it is called contemplation number 19, the samadhi or the contemplation of the Buddha. It is also called the method of consecration. Uh,
Consecration.
cons- con-
Yes. So the samadhi.
consecration. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Consecration. So the method of consecration is contemplation number 19.
Yes.
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 Yes. So these to consecrate, these things. So the truth is, I think it's an absolute bloody joke.
Mm,
Sorry, but I think that, no offense to the people, but historically, this
mhm,
is something that somebody's just invented, and they put it out there. And if somebody's saying, "Oh no, it's not an invention," that here is from my book, "Ancient Egypt Did Not Exist," and
mhm,
then let's just have a look at these people. What they did is, there is a certain reason for this. What they did all around the world, yes, they
mhm,
played a game. So,
mhm,
for example, they played a game, yes, and the thing is, um, let's go through this game. Like, what is this building here? Now we're going far away from China or from Tibet or from Myanmar or from the land of the Buddhists. This
mhm.
is now we're in South America. What is this building?
Photo above, step pyramid in Chichen Itza, Mexico.
Yeah,
It
you,
is,
you must know this. Yes, you've
yes,
seen it before,
yes,
of course. But
yes.
so now the strange thing is, yeah, many people are going to say, it was buried. But the thing is, we've got photographic evidence. Yeah, this place did not exist in the
Mhm,
1860s. Somebody's going to say, what's this got to do with Buddhism? It's explained in my book, Ancient Egypt is Not Ancient. Yes,
mhm, mhm,
so the place wasn't there. So some people will say, oh, they probably dug the place out. Well, I
mhm,
got word for you guys. Holstein, there's still photographs they're available that they built the place. They built the place. You see them bringing the bricks and putting the bricks on top of there. There was like part of some mining remains from some mining building, but they're
mhm,
building it there. Yes.
mhm,
And if
mhm,
somebody's going to say they're not building it, or they're going to tell us the ancient Mayans built it, oh no, here are the ancient Mayans, yes, working for the British, the French, the Europeans, the Americans, and the Germans. And can you
mhm,
see on top of the mountain, they're putting these outside bricks, the mountains underneath it? Can you see
mhm.
it?
Yes,
Can you see it, or you cannot? Yes?
yes, yes.
Yes. So they built this place. And you will say, what does this have to do with Buddhism? Yes.
Mhm,
In the
mhm,
19 tantras. Yes. And the 19 beautiful things. So let's look at Chichen Itza. Yes.
mhm,
What do
mhm.
we know about Chichen Itza, this pyramid? You could read the paragraph that's typed out at the bottom.
One of the most important facts about the Chechen Itza pyramid is that it is constructed to face approximately 19 degrees east from north.
Ah, they didn't want to do it 20 degrees east or 18 degrees east from north, but they made sure it's 19 degrees east from north.
Mhm,
You see?
mhm,
So that's one thing that they did. That's the first thing. So now they're always going to tell us, oh, the Mayans have got some great history. They've got a calendar. Let's see about the Mayan calendar. They say it's equal to the actual solar year, the Mayan year. But
mhm.
what problem did the historians find with the Mayan calendar? You could read the bottom paragraph.
Yes, many historians have said that the Mayan calendar had a 19-minute margin of error.
Ah, so these Mayans, let's have a look at these people. Yes? Yeah? These ancient Mayans. Now we're at the other side of the world. Yes? And then we've got these people, yes, who are the so-called ancient Mayans who built this pyramid, and I can find photographs that they didn't build it. So that's the first lie, yes, which is totally clear, yeah, and they've just totally built it, yes. So
Mhm.
now these people, they build the pyramid 19 degrees east from north, yes. Then these people have a precise calendar. Look at what these people look like. This is what they're telling us what these Mayans looked like. Yes,
Mhm.
that they
Mhm.
were half naked running around. And then these people made a calendar. Oh, and how many minutes of error does this calendar have?
19 minutes of error.
19 minutes of error. So now let's go through this Mayan civilization. I'm sending you the first page. This is from my book, Ancient
Mhm.
Egypt is not ancient. Yes.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
people, if they wanted to read the book, I'm not going to read 200 pages of a book here. Yes.
Mhm.
And if some people are going to say, oh, what does he talk about his books? Everything is from my books. What I'm talking about, it's about my books. And some
Mhm.
people will say he copied them from a blog. Which blog is telling you all this stuff? Yeah, go and prove your craft.
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
So the thing is, yeah, I'm going to say it's crap because some people said I copied 20, 30 pages of a blog. Yeah, sure, thousands of pages in my books. But anyway, you could read this out. Yes, I'm going to stop you after basically each sentence. Yeah, go ahead.
The historians have said that the Mayan calendar had 19 months. The 19th month was considered
What? What?
19th month.
Are you sure it says 19? I'm getting sick of this. Maybe you're lying to me.
Mm.
Maybe it says 11 there, or 12 or 10.
Says 19th
No,
month.
it says 19. So now the Mayan calendar has 19 months. And what do they tell us about this number 19? This is what they're telling you. They know that you can't check this history. You can't even challenge it. But this is what they are telling us, yes,
Mhm.
about the Mayan civilization. This is what they're telling us. I'm going to stop you at the end of each paragraph. Yes,
Okay.
because it's modern, but go ahead.
The 19th month was considered to be unlucky or a time when people had to be careful. Historians say that many people were so afraid that they did not even leave their homes on the 19th month.
So, as you can see, they're talking bullshit.
Hello?
You see, but many
Yes.
people haven't noticed the connection. Now, the thing is,
Um,
there is a
David.
reason why they're using, yes, this number 19, which is in another book of mine. I'm not going to read out 200 pages of this book, but
Mhm.
this book goes through the final details of why they are using 19. All my other books show that they're using codes, symbols, etc. This book explains.
Yes. um,
Ah, hello?
Hello, are you back with us?
Yeah, keep this on the recording because I keep saying yes, yes. It's because the call cuts out when I talk to you or with
Yeah.
Raphael and things like this. So many
Y-
people say, why do you keep saying yes, yes? Yeah, don't know who
yes.
these dogs are. Yeah, but they're trying
Mhm.
to say I'm trying to brainwash people. It's because sometimes I can't hear you and you can't hear me because we're actually recording from a Facebook call. So,
Yes.
and sometimes it's like I am talking over you or you are talking over me, because the truth is, I actually can't hear you or you actually can't hear me. Yeah, I just
Yes.
thought I'd tell the dogs that, and they're going to say, why am I calling them a dog? Because they didn't turn around and just write, why did he say yes, yes, or he's trying to brainwash people, or he's trying to force somebody to say yes. No, it's because I don't know if you heard me, and I don't want to repeat it. Like right now, I don't know when this call cut out. What was the last thing that you heard?
Well, you're talking about the Mayans and the 19th month and Bolstein in regards to this 19.
Something like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, as you can see, there is something wrong by now. Can you
Yes,
see it or can you not?
for
Yes,
sure.
and
Yes.
you've read many of my books. Have you
Yes.
noticed that they're actually using this as a code with other
Yes.
numbers as well? And all this has got to do with the Kabbalah. Yes,
Mhm.
for example, explain the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah, many people know, is based on a cube. Yes, and many people are talking about this, but they don't understand it. So
Mhm.
that's why they will say that in Masonry they've got a cube. The
Mhm.
Muslims, the Kabbalah, that there is a building shaped like a cube. The Jewish people wear a cube on their head. Yes,
Mhm.
but many
Mhm.
people are, of course, telling a lot of misinformation and lies. So the thing is, there is other numbers too, and it's like it's based on a cube that's on a 19. And
Mhm.
this cube is based on other mathematics. And I've explained this in my book more clearly. Yes,
Mhm.
I've explained the details of the 19 in the book Secrets of Kabbalah. It's 200 pages, so it's very long, so I'm not going to read out the full book here. Yes,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
it's Kabbalah code, and there's reasons for it. And of course, yes, the thing is, nobody in the world warns you about this number 19. I'm sure you've heard that from me before. Yes,
Mhm. Mhm.
nobody tells you, hey, watch out. Yes,
Mhm.
about this number 19. Nobody in the world. Yes, and it's like,
Yes.
I'm sure you never heard of it until you came probably across my work, or even Muslims. I know many people don't want to hear it because many people don't like Muslims, yeah, which I am aware of. But
Mhm.
nobody in the world, yes, warned people about the number 19. Nobody. I
Mhm.
actually came across this. I'm very lucky when I was young. Yeah, these Muslim people, I met them in high school. Yes, and the thing is, the Arabic Quran, for some reason, warns you about the number 19.
Mhm.
And it
Mhm.
tells you that it's something to do with it's a trial and a test for people who don't believe. So,
Mhm.
and from this number, or something to do with this number, they will know what the truth is. And yes, and then
Mhm.
it tells you it's one of the greatest warnings to mankind.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not here to preach a religion or anything to do with that, to do with the religion, but I find it suspicious.
Mhm.
I find it suspicious, but not just there. It's like, for example, in I've got another book called Ancient Greece, and in this Ancient Greece book, I show the fake history of the moon landings. Never mind the ancient Mayans. Somebody's going to say, the Mayans are ancient. It's not. The pyramids knew you could see it, and they'll say, maybe these Buddhism is an ancient thing. Yes, but in my book, ancient Greece did not exist. I go through the history of Neil Armstrong. Yes,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
he allegedly went to the moon. Yes, and
Right.
so what we find about Neil Armstrong, have you read this book?
Yes. Yes, I have.
No, you've read it, then you know that it's totally suspicious that we're going to find this in the 1960s. Now, you could read this yourself. When they created the NASA Apollo program, you could read it from the middle. To prepare for the Apollo program of the future, what did NASA do?
NASA recruited 19 pilot astronauts for the new Apollo program. According to historians, Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. He was an American man from the
21.
United States.
Yeah, 21. Yes. So the thing is, they chose 19 astronauts.
Yes.
Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, the thing is, when you arrive on the moon, I'm not talking about when Neil Armstrong started walking on the moon. Yes, you could
Mm-hmm.
read it actually from history.com itself. When
Mm-hmm.
did Apollo 11 arrive on the moon in lunar orbit?
On July 19th.
Yes, and then they say that Neil Armstrong got out of this spaceship on the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So
Mm-hmm.
that's 19. Then they're
Mm-hmm.
telling us something strange, as if people believe this. I don't know why they believe this crap anyway. Oh, if you don't believe this, how the hell could you believe Buddhism?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that allegedly came from India, an Indian text, and it's
Mm-hmm.
using the same 19. If you're going to say, I don't believe in the moon landings and
Mm-hmm.
all these things, the history is a fraud, then it's the same for all these religions. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Collins was the third astronaut with Neil Armstrong when they went to the moon. How
Mm-hmm.
many times did he eat oatmeal that day when they
Had
declared
eaten
it?
oatmeal 19 times since they left Earth.
How the hell could you eat 19 bowls of oatmeal? You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. And then, what do you call it? Michael Collins told his father, or yes,
Mm-hmm.
Neil Armstrong is going to be selected by NASA. On what date did he write to his father to say that Neil Armstrong is going to be selected?
The media and historians advertised the story that Michael Collins wrote to his father on April 19th regarding Neil Armstrong being selected
So
by
he's saying,
NASA.
yeah, that yes. So it's like that's 19, and then what do you call it? Yes, what they do? Yes, when they turned around and said, Houston, tranquility base here. The eagle has landed. Yes, they
Hmm.
said that. What do you call it? Yes, when they landed on the moon. Yes, and you could read, a bunch of guys are about to turn blue. Yes, and
Hmm.
when did they say the eagle has landed? After what?
He said this after a 19-second exchange with Mission Control.
Ah, so they said it 19 seconds after they spoke with Mission Control. So now
Hmm.
they said the eagle has landed. Amazing words.
Hmm.
Then when they arrived on the moon, they said an amazing thing. What did they say? Many people know this.
Uh,
When Neil
l-
Armstrong started walking on the moon, what did he say?
Something like one small step for a man and one
Ah,
giant leap
yes,
for.
yes. Everybody's heard of that. And when did Neil Armstrong? Yes. Which date did he first imagine these words?
April 19th.
Ah, so he got these words probably from the 18 April 19th memo. That's what they're telling us.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm,
So now, Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Yes, they arrived on the 19th. They set foot on the moon on the 20th. They said the Eagle has landed after 19-second exchange with mission control. So
mhm,
Neil Armstrong has landed. He says he sets foot on the moon and he says that's one great step for mankind. And he got it probably from a memo that was written on the 19th. He was
mhm,
selected with 19 other astronauts. Michael
mhm,
Collins knew about this. With he told his father on the 19th, and he ate oatmeal 19 times. Yes.
Yes,
So now
yes.
Buzz Aldrin was the second man on the moon.
Mhm.
When did Buzz Aldrin set foot on the moon?
19 minutes after Neil Armstrong.
Ah, I see. So it's like I stand on the moon and you can join me 19 minutes later. You
Mhm. Mhm.
see? Yes. And so
Yes.
President Nixon, yes,
Mhm.
has a telephone call. Yes.
Yes.
When
Mm.
they're behind the moon and there's no wireless or anything. Yes. And they're saying, and people are saying, why do we need cell towers every few miles if President Nixon could call the moon on in 1969? So you could
Yes.
read it on what? Yeah,
On July
on
19, after Apollo 11 had flown behind the moon out of contact with President Nixon spoke by telephone link with the astronauts. Amazing.
Mm. So now it's like when we look at this, yes, we went to the other side of the world. We went to the Mayans, and they've disappeared. And then we saw the Buddhists on this side, and they allegedly got it from India. I've only shown you a little bit about Buddhism. There is so much more, believe me.
Mhm.
Believe me,
Mhm.
there's so much more. It's like I'll have to write a book about it one day if I ever get the time. It's like what I've just told about NASA. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is in my book. Ancient Greece did not exist. Yes.
Mhm.
No, it goes through that information to understand why they're using the number 19 and who they think they are. Yes,
Mhm.
it's in the book Secrets of the Kabbalah. That
Yes.
explains the bigger secret of why. So now I will ask you in your opinion. I will tell you my opinion. My
Okay.
opinion is this: in the 19th century, the West invented Buddhism. They
Mhm.
invented it, and when they occupied the lands in the East, they invented it and they gave it a fraudulent history, and they left these codes there, like all the other numbers are in the
Mhm.
Kabbalah. This is explained in the Secrets of the Kabbalah. This
Mhm.
is what I found in history. It's a deep subject, longer subject. I showed the maths today because
Mhm.
mathematics is easy to see. It's
Mhm.
not difficult to see thinking, what the hell is this 19, 19, 19? I'm not stupid. Ah, there's 100 more 19s in NASA in the major facts. In my book, Ancient Greece did not exist, goes through many of these things. Hundreds more, not 100, hundreds more in
Mhm.
the major facts of NASA. Yes. So the thing is, now that you're having a look at it, yes, Buddhism, which allegedly originated from Hinduism, and it's half linked together. What do you have to say about these two religions? Are they totally suspicious? Do you think they've got anything divine or what? Give me your full feedback.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of suspicious activities going on, especially with the COVID-19, and that I wouldn't be surprised. It's very plausible that it's a recent creation rather than something that's was around thousands of years ago, as they claim. And all of this history is quite fraudulent, in my point of view, and like just based on the case evidence, really.
Yes, I've just shown a little, but don't forget we did the last video, and I've given many examples. With
Hmm.
Andreas, I did many videos, and with Raphael and with other people, and I've written thousands of pages of books to
Hmm.
show that the world's history is a total lie.
Hmm.
And uh, and the truth is, nobody is telling us about this. Actually, that world history is a lie. There's a strange book called the Quran, which nobody likes. It's telling you, oh God, go out there. It's all a total joke. Oh, it's a lie. It's telling you that they invented these things, they wrote them with their own hands, and they're telling you they're divine texts or it's from God. The Quran actually says this. Nobody else says it. In that such of a degree that it's like totally at war with the rest of them. It's like that book has declared a war. That's why all over the world, and millions of people don't like it because it's basically saying that all these other systems and histories are just total garbage and total lies. Yes,
Hmm.
if I
Hmm.
was a Tibetan Buddhist, I would see the Quran and Islam as a threat. Yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
because it declares these things. It actually declares these things. If I'm living in in China, then I would say, oh my God, it's a threat, because it is never going to accept Buddhism. Never. It is never going to accept these other religions, because Islam openly declares them as lies, as nothing but lies. It even says, mentions the mathematics, it mentions, that they were fraudulently invented, and says, go and have a look at them. They were written by men who are not divine, and they're just talking garbage. I mean, what the hell is this? Well, you'll find it. Somebody's going to say, if you go deep in your spirit, you can examine your soul. Somebody else will say, if you go deep into your soul, you can examine your spirit. Which one
Yeah.
is it?
Yes.
They talk like this, all of these. They're brainwashing us, and somebody will say, it makes sense. Somebody will say, if you can control your spirit by concentration, by calm, come on, it's just exercise. It's not meditation. It means you're just concentrating. You could concentrate on, you know what? You can pick up an empty glass bottle and just meditate on that instead of a Hindu or a Buddhist statue. Am I right? And
Yes.
you'll feel calm. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So then they're going to say that there's consciousness or everything everywhere. Prove it. Prove to me that my chair is alive. Prove it. And they can't. Then they will say, oh, you're in a state of rubbish. You're in a state of garbage, that you need enlightenment. You need to go out of your body. You need to die, basically. What? Almost as if life isn't beautiful, almost as if you can't make it beautiful. Then they're going to say, just because you're born poor, yeah, they're going to say, you're born poor because you did something wrong. What? I don't think that somebody could say that what do you call it? Yes, somebody who's born poor in a village in India, that we can examine this village and then we'll find remains there of a British or French or Spanish or American mining company that damaged the land maybe 50 years ago, and they were born there. I would call it as a result of the environment that brought them to poverty, that was destroyed by the mining company who didn't pay. So it's like, yes, we are all in this together. Yes. So of course they're going to use things like, this is oneness in consciousness. We have got to become one. I will tell you something. I've never seen any church or any temple, yes, that's ever managed to unite the world, anybody in one consciousness. Nobody has ever managed to do it anywhere in the world. Have you not noticed this?
Yes. You're right.
Nobody has managed to do one type or achieve one type of global consciousness anywhere in the world, from different parts of the world, exactly at the same time. Except, except the Muslims. Have a look yourself. Have a look yourself. They've created a type of, if you want to use Buddhist words or Hindu words, one consciousness. Have you found this picture? Have a look at
Yes.
this. Have you received it? What do you
Yes.
see?
I see everybody facing the Mecca.
One place, exactly at one time, from every single place in the world. And they will say that one same book, they're going to read it out. They are the only one consciousness that I know. There is nobody else. If you go to one Buddhist temple, they're reading one type of thing. In another one, they're reading another type of thing. In some of them, they'll do yoga. Others will stand up, bow. Some will do ancestor worship. Others will focus more on what do you call it, worshiping their priests. Some will focus more. No, in Islam, they don't focus on any men. No, nothing. Many Christians and Hindus have defined it as a very boring religion. It's boring. There's no statues. There's no dancing. There's no yoga. You could call that prayer system yoga if you want to. They just pray simply to God, who is not part of consciousness. Nothing. God invented consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that God is not part of the human consciousness. You can think about God, you can
Hmm.
imagine God, but God is beyond reality. They don't use any of these strange words, actually, that I'm using now. Yeah, you debate with these words forever. Yes, they just turn around and said, God created you. If you're good, God's going to reward you. If you're bad, then that's it. You're going to get it. You
Mm-hmm.
see?
Mm-hmm.
And they have something like universal justice. Yes, instead of a justice that somebody else is going to be like reborn, whatever and whatever, they don't have anything like that. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
um, they've actually got one consciousness. You tell me, as one brotherhood. Masonry is a brotherhood, they'll say, or Christianity. I don't see anybody else united in one brotherhood system. Yeah, now, in the last 100, 200 years, they've created many sects in Islam, but still the majority, 80%, are in this one consciousness, one prayer system facing one direction, etc. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Isn't this true? Isn't
Yes.
this basically true?
Yes.
Yes. And the
Yes.
thing is, yes, the thing is, it doesn't matter if you like it or not, but I call it suspicious. Mahamudra. What the hell is this? It's even, it's like what to do. Play this video again. It's like, I'm sure you've probably forgotten. I've been studying this for years. Then there's the Maha Amida. Namo Amida
Mm-hmm.
Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. I know these meditation things and other things. I went through it myself when I was studying it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then when I said around, I said, who's the Mida? Or the Amita? Or Amitabha? Or Amidabha? Whichever way they want to pronounce it, the father Amida. They said, he's the Mahamida. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, and then they said Mahamuda or Mahamudra in Indian, or Mahamutra or Mahomet in Europe, or Mohammed or Muhammad or Muhammad or Muhammad or Mahomet. It was the same thing. Then I thought, this is supposed to be the ultimate goal, the Mahamuda. Everything, just having a look at it. What's your final assessments? That imagine you're an old man and you're dying, and your grandson is age 25, and he says, Grandpa, yes, just tell me a simple yes or no. You're old. And
Mm-hmm.
he's young, he's to go running out of the house. And he says, shall I become Buddhist? Is it a true religion? Yes or no? Say one word. What are you going to say to your own flesh and blood, your grandson? Are you going to say yes or no?
Well, I mean, I would not
Choose
try to
one. It's
impose,
no
but
now. You're an
but
old person. Your grandson has come to see you, and you don't want to waste his life and
yeah,
money
well,
and many.
I mean,
What
like
are you going to?
I would say I would probably suggest to him, look at this information that we have
What's
provided,
next?
and then
He's a young guy.
decide for
You
himself.
know what young people are like? Young people have got adrenaline, discos, parties. He wants a career. He wants to have a nice life. Yes, and
Yeah.
the world, anything can happen. You don't want him to have a hard life or anything. He's got to think of his university, everything, and he's telling you, just give me a simple yes or a no.
Okay.
Is
No.
it a divine?
No.
Okay, that's it. Because do you know why I said answer like that? Somebody will say David's putting you in the position. It's because people are going to spend thousands of dollars, many years, and it's many years of their life, and people want to know what we're doing. Why
Yeah.
are we alive? So
Yes.
if there's somebody listening, it's not because I'm for or against Buddhism. I've discovered many things. Now that person, I, it's going to save him time. He can go out there and maybe he will find something else greater than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You see? So the thing is, I don't want to waste anybody's life or time. It's because the thing is, there's so many things to talk about.
Yes.
There's so many things to talk about. What's going on in Madras? What's going on in Bangalore?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what's going on in Sri Lanka? What
Mm-hmm.
about their ancient traditions? What's going on in, like you said, in Nepal? What
Mm-hmm.
about their tradition? Some other system, like there's a minority village here. There's only a few hundred of them, but they say they've got an ancient religion. Or what's going on in Nigeria? You see, like this, or in Abuja. in Nigeria before the British invaded. Yes. So what was their system there? There is so much to look at. You see, so what's going on with these Mayans? If that is a fake, and the British and the French and the Americans and the Europeans, all of them, upon and invented the history there. What is their history? There's so much to look at. So that's why I turned around and said, make it a simple yes or a no. So
Yes.
that, because the thing is, it's like the thing is, then we can move on. Instead of saying it's not enough, then we can spend the next 1 or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. And what we could do is what you call it, yes? What we could do is you know what to do, because just if you download a video and you add it, yes, to the recording, maybe somebody will say it's copyright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the link, and you could just add this video onto the end. And then what people can do is compare a similar video with Hinduism or with Zen, Buddhism in Japan, or other things. And then when people compare these things, yes, I'll just send the page in case you don't have it on, because yeah, just in case it'll say copyright. No, don't add it on. He might say copyright. Many people don't download and add it on. People can see it. Yeah, you're just going to see people who are just going to talk garbage, or are going to be brainwashing you, and there is no evidence that you are going to reincarnate. There is no evidence that the Mahamudra is the way. There is no in this Buddhism. There is no evidence of enlightenment or anything. Nobody has come back from this enlightenment. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, he came back with a better life." So it's like me turning around saying, "In my previous life, I was a bug or I was a slave because I was so good. I came this time, and I was a slave in what do you call it? In the planet Neptune. But now I've come to the planet Earth. I'm richer and I'm having a better life. It's because I followed the Mahamudra." Are you going to believe me if I told you that?
No.
See, so
No.
this is the teaching. So you know what? I will say what I say to people: prove it. Bring me millions of people who are going to say, "I had a past life. I was living like a frog, or like some bug, and I had a horrible life." Yeah, whatever. I'm sure you're going to have to bribe some people or find some people who are, unstable or something. Or some people will say we had some past life or something. Yes, some people do remember some accurate things, but the way that they have described it in Buddhism or in Hinduism, I've not found that yet. I have not found it yet where somebody will say to me clearly, yes, with proof, not just reading from their mind saying, in my past life, I lived in Tokyo. Yes. And what I did was I buried these coins over here. And I was a Buddhist in the past life, and I made sure that I followed the best of the 19 tantras, and I achieved the Mahamudra, the ultimate goal. Yes, and I became a Buddha. That's why I didn't get perfect enlightenment. So this time I've come back as a billionaire. But because I was practicing Buddhism, I wrote letters, and here's the proof. It's over there. Check the handwriting. It's exactly the same. I've never seen that proof like that yet. Have you?
No, not really. No.
So therefore, I call many of these systems whereby people are doing these things, we're doing it without any proof. The truth is, religion is man-made. People who are claiming that they've got divinity within them, there is no proof. Like, what do they call this Dalai Lama? Yes, His Holiness. Yeah, His Holiness. The word holy in Germanic comes from Allah or Allah. Believe it or not. So His Holiness basically means that he's claiming he is God. Yes, he's not the Dalai Lama. You're calling him his. It's like you've given them these titles. There is no proof that any of these people are holy or anything else. You see, there is no proof of any of this stuff. There is no proof of any of this stuff. It's like a business or and things like that. The only thing I can say is that, what do you call it? We came from somewhere. Somebody created everything. We all know this. Yes,
Hmm.
something created everything. Then
Hmm.
there is probably two systems or three systems that are possible for the next life, but we'll have to go through that next time. And the
Hmm.
thing is, from these possibilities, yeah, we've got a brain to think, and we can examine things and then have a look to see what sounds real. Like they're telling us these manuscripts are ancient, thousands of years old. There's no evidence for it. Oh, now let me tell you, with all this 19, and they got these manuscripts, they're going to say they copied it from Nalanda 1,000 years ago, and the Muslims burnt it 1,000 years ago. Do you believe this story now?
No, no.
It sounds like garbage. It sounds like some fairy tale. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they copied it 1,000 years ago, and it had the 19 this, 19 that, 19 this, 19 that. But then again, when you go to NASA, it's 19 this, 19 that, and you can
Yes.
just keep on going. It's just a total joke and a total scam. And the and the and the and the meaning of this 19, of why they're doing it and who they think they are, is explained in my book, Secrets of Kabbalah. It's a very long, deep, shocking story.
Hmm.
There you go. Any questions, Nachiketa?
No, no, I think it's pretty clear, and I think we're just
Nachiketa, yeah,
yes.
um, you know what? I gave a lot of money to charity. I'm not boasting. I'm saying I was planning. Let's say if I'm planning and I just want your advice, I just want you to say yes or no.
Hmm.
Um, I was thinking of joining one of the Dalai Lama schools with the next 5 years of my money instead of giving it to charity, because I think I can achieve something good. And with the prayers that I'm going to do and meditation, the poor people are going to be okay. I don't need to give the money to them. I can give it to the Dalai Lama school instead for the next 5 years.
Well,
Which
yeah,
one?
well, it's up to you, but
Which
I would suggest giving the money to charity. That would be very direct
why
way
would
to
you say
support
that?
them.
I thought maybe this meditation and all these things that are in these scriptures and these, the 19 secrets and all these things, maybe some of that is actually true. And maybe it will actually make a miracle happen, and then miraculously, the poor will become better.
I don't know. That's beyond my
You know,
understanding, but at this moment, I guess the answer is pretty clear that you should spend that money on charity. It's
or instead. Yes. So yes. So now, so I guess you can see the scam. I'm
yeah,
glad. So now to your grandson, you will say no, don't join this Buddhism. So you basically told me don't join, don't
yeah,
pay for the school.
yeah.
Yes. So I'm saying it again. Once again, I asked a similar question because I would advise somebody else. It's history. If other people are following it, it's beautiful. I travel, and the thing is, if it helps someone, so be it.
Hmm.
But if somebody is interested in the history, yes, these manuscripts in Buddhism are a forgery. They're and the ones that are in India, many of them are in China. Whatever, it's a forgery. It was invented recently.
Hmm.
Yes, it
Hmm.
was invented recently. It's brainwashing and it's just a total scam. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, if there's no more questions, let's leave it at that. Yes?
Yep, let's leave it at that. And I really appreciate you, sharing this information. And this is very valuable information, without a doubt, in my mind. And I think, such information really is hard to come by. And I should know. I mean, I've been on a search and been a part of the quote unquote truth movement, and I have not come across information like this at all. So I really am grateful that you have. Given me some time, given us the time to share this information with us.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you're grateful because there's some of the pathetic idiots who are listening who don't realize that it cost me an arm and a leg to get this information.
Yes.
Yes, and the thing is, they're just going to walk away, but then it's going to help their life and save their life or something. And the thing is, but they're so unappreciative, and they'll invent lies about me and say things. Yeah, so be it. Yeah, the thing is, it's their life.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
their life. Me, and then they're going to say I call them dogs. Yeah, I'm a normal person. Of course, I'm just going to call them cats and dogs. I've got no respect for them. The truth is that I made this video. It's because there was some people who made comments about Buddhism, and I actually thought, hey, maybe this will help them. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? The Chinese invaded, and then they defeated them on the 19th, and that's why Tibet collapsed. Then the
Mhm.
Dalai Lama had to run on the 19th. Come on. This is becoming a bit too much of a joke. You see?
Mhm.
Yes?
Mhm.
It's they're going beyond the means and beyond the limit. That they've done this, and nobody tells you about this apart from the Quran. I
Mhm.
don't know why it's there. And the Quran, it's said to be a book from Muhammad, and according to Islamic history, there's certain versions. In the Hadith and this history, a lot of it I've shown is falsified. It's in my book, Secrets of the Kabbalah. But the Quran claims to be a divine message. I'm not here for the religion, yes.
Mhm.
But the thing is, it is strange that the Quran tells you that they're all lying, etc. It's strange. If anybody wants to have a further look, because you know, they say you only live twice, Mr. Bond. No, I mean they say you live once. But so if you live once, then you can take a look. The Quran is a short book, so it's like it's a shortcut. It goes through many of these global conspiracies. It goes through. No wonder nobody likes it. None of these governments like it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
anyway, yes. If people want to understand the shortcut, it's in my book, Secrets of Kabbalah. There you go. Of why this 19, why that, and then things like that.
Mhm.
Let's leave it at that, Patiketa. Let's call it a day. Okay.
All
Have a
right.
nice day.
You
Okay.
too.
You take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah. If you